Just moving in now.
It's been almost 9 years since the original Gears of War was released on the Xbox 360, a game that would sell over 3 million copies in 10 weeks and become the fastest-selling video game that year. Gears also won plenty of awards, including GameSpot's Game of the Year. The game eventually had 3 sequels, all of which focus on at least one of the characters from the beloved Delta Squad. The newly revamped Gears comes crashing in with its Ultimate Edition, boasting 1080p graphics and new content including 5 campaign chapters never released on the Xbox. But what's the point in rebooting a series that's less than 10 years old? Is Microsoft just trying to get us all ready and hyped for Gears 4? Or is there something else that keeps us coming back to that war-torn city of Jacinto? I think there is. For starters, the world Sera feels eerily close to home. A planet that pretty much looks and feels like futuristic Earth, ravaged by war for resources. And I'm not talking about locusts. I'm talking about the pendulum wars between the coalition of ordered governments and the Union of Independent Republics. There was a time when humanity was in a golden age, but a need for a new energy source resulted in a 79-year war for emulsion. When COG decided to use the newly invented Hammer of Dawn, they basically nuked Independent Republic cities just to win. A story of governments fighting over fuel feels eerily similar to me, and it doesn't feel too far-fetched from anyone's not-too-distant future. It paints a good picture of the stranded and the politically sided. We can really start to empathize with some of the heartbreaking people we meet along the way. The setting is important to understanding the war, but it's also incredibly symbolic to what's happening to humanity. The Golden Age has given us gorgeous buildings for people to learn and grow. These buildings were already ravaged from the 79-year war, but shortly after peace was made between the governments, then Sera was attacked by the new threat, locusts, who came under the earth with no intention of living together. After Emergence Day, we get the never-ending war that is the setting for Gears. The environments are typically something that used to be so beautiful, something picturesque, now scarred by the ravages of war. Broken down government buildings, evacuated thrashball arenas, destroyed parks, and empty intersections. The beauty is a reminder that what was is no longer. In a world desperate to heal, still surrounded by death and destruction. All that thoughtfulness really transcends into the gameplay as well. The environments aren't just backgrounds for your fights. They're interwoven with how you'll strategically take out your enemies. There's a lot to credit here, including a deft blend of Resident Evil 4's over-the-shoulder perspective that's become so iconic with the series, mixed with a heavy focus on cover-based shooting, which was inspired by Killswitch, a game that was made back in 2003 by Namco. This tactical focus encourages the player to look at the layout of the land and then use it to their advantage, like moving cars to keep out of the line of fire, and not hitting gas tanks so you can keep a line of separation between you and your enemy. If you press your luck too much, you'll get the dreaded Crimson Omen, letting you know that you need to find cover. And if you don't, you'll be incapacitated and a nearby friend will have to revive you.
Fight through the pain!
Now, the ability to be revived by your teammates, whether AI or co-op human, it's nothing new. But over the course of the campaign, it forces you to operate not as individuals, but as a unit. And what sticks with you is just how close you end up getting to Marcus, Dom, Cole, and Baird. You originally meet Marcus Fenix in prison, 4 years after abandoning his post to protect his dad. Marcus re-enlists in Gears to help the war effort, joining the Delta Squad and his best friend Dominic "Dom" Santiago. Also on the team is the smart aleck Damon Baird.
You're Baird. Yeah, that's right, asshole. Question is, who are you?
And then just a few short moments later, you meet the king of Thrashball himself, Augustus Coltrane. And right then from the beginning, you get a sense of camaraderie from this ragtag group of soldiers that don't always get along. All of them have unique personalities, and they all deal with success and failure differently. Marcus is more of a serious guy, and Dom is taking more of a supportive role. Cole is super positive, and Baird is...
No, this really sucks.
Well, he's Baird. And all of them feel real, pulling you into the world of Sera and fighting alongside your friends. The entire story of Gears is one of love and loss, success and tragedy, beauty and destruction. It's a complicated balance of happiness and sadness, like when you find COG tags of a fallen soldier. It's a story that reminds us how fragile we are, But there are moments as a group where we can accomplish great things.
Come in.
Playing the original Gears again can feel haunting, knowing what we know now. Moments of success, like when you get the Laverne successfully through a horde of krill, still feel great. But it's a reminder that we're in a moment in time, that nothing lasts forever. The Gears of War franchise earned its fandom and reputation by creating a world that felt raw, real, a universe that seemed plausible, a conflict that felt close to home, and a team of people that you could fight alongside of. Through it all, you can relate to Gears, making it much more than just a simple cover-based shooter, but a story that sticks with you. And I can't wait to play it again.
There, turn that shit off.